What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Leroy with Happy Trailers coming at you today with another trailer comparison video. Today I've got Maxx-D and Load Trail here behind me, and I've got two 40-foot full tilt trailers. So for all of you container haulers, you guys that just need 40 foot of full tilt bed, this one's for you. Let's check them out. All right, Load Trail and Maxx-D 40-foot full tilt trailers, definitely optioned out very differently. We're gonna start with Load Trail and see how this goes. Gooseneck, of course, with the 25,000 pound coupler. You've got the cold weather harness with the 7-way RV style plug. Up top here while I'm here, you've got the solar charger as well. Obviously it's battery powered for all the hydraulics. Coming up underneath it, you've got your spare tire here in between the risers, and it's on a hinged mount here too. So you can pull this pin, take care of this chain, and the spare is going to flip down right here in front of you to make it much easier to access instead of having to crawl up onto the trailer to grab it. Definitely a really nice feature. I love that. Way to go, Load Trail. Looking at the Maxx-D Gooseneck here, you're looking at a 30,000 pound coupler, 2 5/16 ball as well. Very similar. Got the slinky cable here for your safety chains or for your safety breakaway. Here's your safety chains. You got your RV style plug. Got the dual connectors here. This one is not cold weather. Does just fine right now in the Texas heat, but it is sure nice to have a cold weather harness at times. Spare tire here in between the risers as well. This one is stationary, so it won't flip down for easy access here. You do have to crawl up on the trailer to grab this one. Definitely doable. This is just more handy. Looking at Load Trail here, you've got the two 12,000 pound ram jacks. They're bolt-on style, so they can be removed if they ever need to be replaced or swapped out for hydraulics. Inside the toolbox here real quick, got a nice deep toolbox, full width in between the risers. Lots of space in there. Got a little space here for your wiring. Plenty of storage space inside this toolbox. Moving over to Maxx-D, we got bolt-on jacks, but hydraulic. You don't have to crank on these. Looking at the toolbox, got a little upgraded latch here as well. And you've got a seal on this front toolbox. Keeps all the water out. It's nice and snug. I like that toolbox a lot. You got your hoses here for the hydraulic jacks, and still all of the space inside the toolbox. Lots of storage space. Really clean with these hydraulic jacks. Push of a button. Coming around the side of the Load Trail here a little bit, you've got your big wide Max step with a ton of traction. Those are deep teeth right there. So you're not gonna slip on that thing. And here, this front toolbox, it's gonna be where all the goods are. You're looking at your hydraulic unit here. This is for the tilt bed. And here, this remote, you can see it's got power up, power down, and it has a gravity down option. That way you can save some battery, bringing the tilt bed back down if you just hit gravity down. We'll tilt it up here in just a bit. The other nice thing about this one, you've also got this guy right here, your tough wireless remote. So it's bolted onto the neck. All you gotta do is push on it. That's a pretty nice little feature to have right there. Okay, let's come around the driver's side here of the Maxx-D. You've got a side step here as well, just a little different style. Nice and grippy. Same design. You can see here the toolbox latches are a little bit different on the Maxx-D. A little nicer. All right, here's your powerhouse. You got 2 batteries here on the Maxx-D. You got your integrated charger right here. Here's the plug for it to plug it in to charge your batteries. Of course, it always trickle charges on your pickup, right? And then here, you've got your remote. And with this one having hydraulic for the bed, of course, and hydraulic for the jacks, you've got a 4-button system here with the top buttons to use for the bed, and then these here for the jacks. Very nice. Plus, you've got the tough wireless remote. Got it upside down. But that is super nice as well. Just turn it on. You can go in and out, up and down. In and out being for the bed, up and down for the jacks. Fully wireless. I'm gonna keep it inside this nice bag so that whoever buys this thing can do the unpacking. Once again, we'll tilt this bed up here in a bit. Moving along the side of this Load Trail tilt, we're gonna be coming up on the axles here. You're looking at Dexter suspension. This is 10,000 pound axles with electric drum brakes. You've got that HDSS suspension. Heavy duty stuff there. You can see those torsion arms, crossbars. This stuff is beefy. Just look at the size of those springs. That's a sweet suspension right there. And you've got the never adjust brakes. You're also looking at aluminum caps instead of plastic caps. And there's a little magnet right here inside, just constantly pulling out all the little impurities from the oil, keeping your bearings lasting longer. Let's get in there a little bit. Yeah, that's a heavy duty suspension. These tires are also a 235/80 R16. This is gonna be a 10-ply radial tire. All right, coming around to the Maxx-D trailer, you're looking at 12,000 pound axles on this one. HDSS suspension as well. We're looking at Lippert suspension here compared to Dexter on the Load Trail. We're also looking here at a 14 ply. This is going to be a 235/85 R16 tire. Once again, the Load Trail has a 10 ply, so with the 12,000 pound axles, they upgraded here to 14 ply tires. Suspension looks very similar. Extra beefy, big old springs, big beefy suspension, which is what you want. Everything's just a little heavier duty on this one, being that it's 12,000 pound axles instead of 10,000 pound axles, especially with those wheels and tires. The other thing on the axles to mention is that this one has electric over hydraulic disc brakes instead of the standard drum brakes. That's what this little toolbox is doing right here. It's got your brake actuator in it for the electric over hydraulic brakes. Little standalone toolbox for it. Coming back around to the Load Trail, we're gonna look at deck height real quick. On a measure right here in front of the axles. Here you go, we've got a deck height of about 38 inches. Now this is definitely, you can still see the top of the frame here, but this is a full tilt trailer, so you've got a frame for the tilt and then a main frame for the trailer too. So underneath it, you'll see your cross members are sitting on top of the main frame, giving it as low of a deck height as possible on the full tilt frame style. Coming around to the Maxx-D, we're gonna look at the same thing. Now before I do that, I also gotta show you this rail. So you've got a little bump rail that you can see comes up about, let's see how far, about 2 inches on the outer edge of this trailer. So it's definitely made to be a container hauler. You've got that extra little lip right there. So I'll do the best I can to get my deck height without mentioning that. There we go, we're going inside the frame here. And you can see about the same, right here sitting about 39 inches actually to the top. So about the same deck height on the Maxx-D compared to the Load Trail. Also here on the Load Trail, we don't have a winch plate here on this one. But Maxx-D has got the winch plate, fair lead mount, and then you can actually see here too, it's you got the channel right down the middle of the trailer as well for your cable, for jacks if you're doing something like that with enclosed trailers, or for just the channel that happens there with some containers as well. So just kind of a guide right down the middle of the trailer. Let's hop up, check it out. Spare tire up here in the neck. You can see this channel a little bit better. This is a full 5-inch channel going down the center. Let's look at the Load Trail. Spare tire up here. This is the one that's able to swivel down. Super nice. What you do see here from the top is this extra piece of channel. That's an 8-inch channel right here. Now it's not pre-drilled, but this is typically here so that you can mount a winch here. Of course, it doesn't move with the tilt, so the tilt will come up way past that. You'd have to also install a roller here, but this could be used as the winch plate. That's typically what that's there for. Okay, looking at the rest of the side here on the Load Trail trailer, you've just got the one toolbox up here in the front. That's for all of your hydraulics. And coming around here to the passenger side, she's bare, nothing there. This one just doesn't have as many options as the Maxx-D, but I got to show you some of this here as well. So coming around here to the passenger side on the Maxx-D, you've got an 8-foot long wood rack here as well. Plenty of space there for your dunnage. You even got the straps, slots right there. So well designed. And everything here on the Maxx-D is also bolted on components, so they're easily replaceable, interchangeable. Same thing with the toolboxes. The Load Trail on the other hand, it's got everything welded on. Nothing wrong with that, but you know, it's there to stay. These, if you mess up a toolbox, you can replace it. Check this out. I did not see this coming. Super nice latches. Toolbox, right? But it's a drawer. This is basically like having your own shop toolbox right here on the trailer. Hinged, nice drawer slides. Now that's cool. Coming around to the driver's side, you've got another one. Drawer style. That's just gotta be one of my favorite features right there. That makes it so handy. Kudos, Maxx-D. Love it. All right, I think it's time to pick up these 40-foot full tilts. I'm gonna start with the Load Trail. I could use the remote, but I'm gonna use this handy little feature right here. Fully tilted. All right, we'll dig into this thing a little bit now that we've got the bed basically removed. Let's check this thing out. So once again, your main frame on the trailer is gonna be a 12-inch I-beam. This is gonna be 12-inch, 19-pound I-beam. And then you've got another main frame for the tilt bed. And let me see here, that is gonna be a 10-inch I-beam. So you've got almost a complete double frame with the 10-inch I-beam sitting inside the main frame for the tilt bed. You got 3-inch channel cross members. These are on 16-inch centers. Very little wiring here that's inside the tilt bed at all. All of your hydraulic hoses stay right here towards the front, so it makes for a very clean setup. Here's the wiring on the driver's side running down. Check it out as close as we can towards the back. And once we get here underneath it, towards the back, you can see this rear bumper. You can't even hardly see it now. It's completely just tucked up underneath it, spring loaded. so it'll spring back once we tilt it back. But here you can see a little better view of the edge of the trailer. You've only got right at a 1-inch lip right there, 2-inch tops with that rolled over lip, and 40 foot of full tilted bed space. Yeah, this is a super massive scissor setup, the size of that cylinder. It is big. It's got your maintenance bar right here. Those is all tucked away nicely. All right, let's do it on the Maxx-D. All right, Maxx-D, let's get this thing tilted. Could use this, but I kind of want to use this. Since I'm wireless here, let's check out this rear bumper. Just tucks right up out of the way. All right, Maxx-D is fully tilted. Since I'm right here, I got to show you this edge as well. Instead of a rolled over lip, it extends all the way down. So you really have a knife edge all the way along the rear. Really easy loading that way. You can see the bump rails, guardrails. This is definitely container ready. All right, looking here underneath the Maxx-D trailer, we're gonna compare frame sizes here as well. So, still got the same 12-inch I-beam main frame. And then looking here at the frame of the tilt bed, once again, you're looking 12-inch I-beam. So, we've got a double 12-inch I-beam, one right inside the other to make the main frame and the tilt frame. You're also looking at 12-inch center cross members right here. And these are on 12-inch centers. It's a little beefier there too. More cross members. Get a little bit closer towards the back here. You see a little more wiring there for all of the electric over hydraulic brake components. Here you can see a little bit better as well what I was talking about with the bolt-on boxes. That's just pretty handy. Got your maintenance bar here too. It's actually got them on both sides. Here's your scissor hoist on this one. Looks very similar. That's big. It's ready to put up some weight. The outer frame on the Maxx-D tilt bed here too is going to be a 6-inch channel outer frame. Another really nice thing on the Maxx-D, you're seeing a torque tube here on the tilt frame. So that keeps your flex down as much as possible. Here on the load trail, just for reference, no torque tube. You do have some big square beams going across for some added support that way. Probably not as much as a torque tube. Okay. Looking here at the outer frame on the load trail trailer, just to be sure, you're looking at a 5-inch channel outer frame. Similar here in every way. This is just 5-inch compared to the 6-inch on the Maxx-D. Got to give load trail some props here too. If you look at all the clearance lights along the side, even the turn signal lights, everything is smoked lenses. I just like nerding out over cool new stuff. Smoke just looks so clean. In comparison, you've got the Maxx-D here. They've got clear lenses on all of the clearance lights along the side. And then this is just your standard yellow flasher. Smoked over here, just looks cool. Style points to load trail. I gotta back up a little bit here just to show you some load angles from afar. They're not sitting exactly the same, but here you can see that load angle is pretty well identical from the Maxx-D to the load trail back here. All right, it's time to look at VIN stickers. We're gonna start with the Maxx-D this time. Here you can see it's got the axle capacity 12,000 pounds, which gives it a GVWR of 25,990 pounds, just under 26,000. Now this trailer empty shows to weigh about 10,000 pounds. Being that they're double frame and everything, these are heavy trailers. So even at a 10,000 pound empty weight, you still have a remaining payload right at 16,000 pounds. All right, now looking at the load trail, you've got a GVWR of 25,000 pounds. That's because it's got the 10,000 pound axles instead of 12s. So at 25,000 pounds, this thing empty shows right here 11,800 pounds. Once again, these things are just heavy with the way this frame is set up. So this one still then gives you a remaining payload of, what is that, 13,800 pounds. So you've got heavier axles on the Maxx-D and more payload because of it. Okay, we've got the biggest question now. How much does it cost? Obviously now we're looking at two very similar trailers, but with very different options, right? I'm gonna start with the load trail. This one with the 10,000 pound axles, your basic 40 foot, full tilt trailer, not a whole lot of extras. This one rings in at $26,099, basically an even 26. Let's compare that to the Maxx-D. I gotta remind you of a few options again. This one's got the hydraulic jacks, the 12,000 pound axles, the disc brakes, the heavier wheels and tires, the winch plate, you know, the list goes on. The cool toolboxes, the wood rack. This one's loaded out. It definitely is. this thing rings in at $34,595. So you're looking at a little over an $8,000 price difference from Load Trail to Maxx-D. I'm not saying that that's exactly apples to apples. We're looking at very different options. If we threw that many options on the Load Trail, we'd be up there in price too. Let me know what you think though. Are all of these options necessary? Are they worth it? Do they make your job easier? Or do you just need the basic one? It's up to you guys. You tell me. Container haulers, I need some feedback. Let me know what you guys think of these trailers. Come grab either one of them. They're ready for you. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you for the next one.